It's that easy, right? Lands, it's the landing and then trying to move, right? Try to change direction.
Yeah, it's
Exactly the same way Durant happened last spring.
yeah. Welcome to the Injury Gurus. This is the channel where we talk about athletes that get injured, why they get injured, how they get injured, how you can prevent those injuries from happening to you, and what are the rehab protocols associated with it. I'm Al. This is Matt. Matt's our resident physio expert, the guy that tells us about the injuries. Today we're covering Rodney Hood's Achilles rupture. So we always start by just talking about what is an Achilles rupture, Matt? What happened here?
Listen, this is one of the worst injuries in sports that you can actually have. It's a complete tear in most cases, or at least a partial tear of the Achilles, which is the tendon at the bottom of your ankle, basically, right? So where your calf muscles become a tendon and attach down, there's an actual tear through that. And usually what we see is it will actually roll up. It's actually very disgusting.
This is what happened to Durant.
Exactly the same injury. Yeah. Same thing that happened to Boogie a year before that as well. When they looked at this up till 2013 or so, NBA players, only one player has ever come back to meet the same efficiency, and that was Dominic Wilkinson.
This one is rough because he has to get helped off the court. I mean, obviously he's done, but what does he do? You know, he tears his Achilles, and what happens to him? Like, what's the protocol?
So for an athlete, he's going to go in for surgery immediately. Okay, if it was you would do a conservative treatment, which would be just going into a boot, and it's going to heal about the same timeline, about the same same rehab protocol. What we know from people who go through surgery is they feel they're stronger. So whether that's placebo or not, they feel stronger. So typically an athlete like Rodney Hood is going to go in for surgery. Going to be the same thing. It's going to be 6 weeks in a boot. We're not going to do much for those 6 weeks. Next 6 weeks is going to be really intense physiotherapy, trying to get that moving again. A lot of massage therapy, a lot of work around the scarring from the surgery itself, trying to get that mobility back. And in about 3 months, you're going to start to do functional training, get back to basketball-like activity. But realistically, he's out for 9 months.
You're really hitting your F's hard today. Feel and function. I don't like it. So talk a little bit about...
I don't like your hair.
So this is an interesting one because obviously there's no other people around. His Achilles just almost explodes is what it looks like. This can happen to regular people?
This can happen to regular people, which always makes this one a little weird for people to watch something like this because, like you said, there's no contact. He's by himself. He's just grabbing the rebound. He's trying to move. There's probably something predisposing him to this, right? He's not coming in.
Well, he had the soreness, right?
He had the soreness. This always comes out later that, so-and-so was dealing with some sort of pain afterwards.
So how can you, what's the preventative for this? Because I think that's important with an injury that can happen to you regularly. I mean, there's no contact. What's the preventative?
The preventative strategy really is soft tissue work, right? You need to do for your foam roller, you need to get your massage therapy in, you need to get your acupuncture in, your dry needling. The second thing is you need to work on your mechanics and actually strengthening, especially in that eccentric phase, which is where he tears it, right? So how you land and can you actually lengthen the muscle under stress?
Yeah, Matt did one course on dry needling, and that's his entire physio strategy.
That's all I talk about from now on.
It's actually the worst. So
it's actually made him like 10 IQ points higher than, which is crazy.
So for the fantasy guys, obviously we're dropping Hood.
Hood.
We always talk about like is he going to come back the same? And obviously you just dropped that stat about Wilkins.
Yep.
So
we've seen guys like Boogie. We've seen guys like Wes Matthews more recently. We're going to see.
Wes Matthews?
Exactly.
So dropping him, not the same. And that sucks because he's having a good season. All right. Thank you, Matt. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Stay tuned here. We cover injuries, how they happen, if they can happen to you, how to prevent them, and if you get them, how to rehab them. We're the Injury Gurus. We'll see you next time.